Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And another great report from the T-Mobile report. I will leave it in the description down below. Make sure you guys check this out. So we got some breaking news, a breaking story. I was made aware of it earlier today, and I was told there's a major shakeup coming. I couldn't piece it all together at that time because it wasn't put out publicly, everything that happened and all the changes, but now we know more. So to get this out the way early, before I get further into the video, Dow Draper is leaving T-Mobile in April. He was in charge of new and emerging products within T-Mobile, but mainly he was in charge of running and operating the T-Mobile home internet. And he is now leaving the company as of April. I have no idea where he's going next, what he's doing, why he's leaving the company. That information is not yet publicly known, or we don't know if that will ever be publicly known. All we know is he's leaving the company in April. So that caused, apparently, T-Mobile to shift a few things around. So Carly Field, who was in charge of customer care, is now going to be in charge of T-Mobile for Business. She's going to be the head of that business moving forward for the company, which means Mike Katz, who was previously in charge of T-Mobile for Business, is now going to be moved over to the Chief Marketing Officer position, the CMO. That's what he's going to be running, and he's going to absorb T-Mobile for the not for business, T-Mobile's home internet. He's going to run that also. Very interesting, in my opinion. I don't know why he's going to do both. I think T-Mobile's home internet's business could have its own person run it. I think it's going to need it eventually, especially where they're aspiring to grow. I think they need to put somebody in charge of specifically just that. But I guess since it's still brand new and they're still growing into what it's going to be, I guess Mike Katz is going to be able to do both. So he's going to be the Chief Marketing Officer, and he's going to run T-Mobile's home internet business segment. So now who's going to run customer care? Apparently, John Fryer, it's going to fall under him, and it's going to be unified with consumer and customer care. How that essentially works out, I don't know right now. I guess they may have to update us on that during some of the conferences. There's still no word of an analyst day coming up for T-Mobile. So they may have to update us on a conference. There are some conferences coming up in March, where T-Mobile could potentially present, or I think they will present from what I'm being told. So we'll see how that runs. But they say John Fryer has done a great job on the consumer side in terms of he is the CEO or president of consumers. So he operates the front line of all the retail. So they say integrating customer care with him as one is going to be good. Now, again, like I said, I don't know how that's going to be, how that's going to turn out. I don't think much is going to change. I still think we're going to have the team of experts. We're still going to have the expansion of call centers. All of that is still going to come. Just, it's going to be a bit different in terms of how it's going to be broken down within the T-Mobile business, and that's something that they are going to have to talk to us about. I don't know. Maybe they present it at a conference. Maybe they they show us during an earnings call. We don't know, but that's quite a shift. I would say a shift around in the management. Mike Sievert is still the CEO. He says this quote, just briefly show you guys. Where did it go? Yeah, so he says, at T-Mobile, we're all about the customer, like I promised in my talk with you about a new era of Un-carrier. I'm making it my priority to align our teams around the best customer experience we can create. And that's what these moves are about. So again, he's making it customer focused, customer centric. And that's where they want to head into this next model or whatever the new Uncarrier is going to be moving forward. So let me know what you think about these changes in the comment section down below. I don't think they signal anything troubling. T-Mobile's still growing. They grew last quarter, so there's no bankruptcy coming up for them. But I do think it's a bit different. I didn't think these moves would have happened or the way they did happen, like Mike Katz moving from business to being the chief marketing officer. But I think that role needed to be filled anyway because Matt Staniff left that position and they gave the position to someone that was temporary. So they needed to make these moves anyway. And it looks like they didn't want to bring anybody from the outside in. So it looks like they moved everybody around to keep everything in-house. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.